深い嘆きの森日暮らしの中
Stella,
Awaiting orders.
135.
Welcome back.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. My name is 5K Sub 30, and welcome to my stream. So, what's going on right now is I am rained out this morning. It's not supposed to rain this afternoon, so I should be good there. I am noticing a little bit of slowdown on my stream, but there's not a massive amount I can do about that right now. But anyways, it's rained out this morning, and I decided I was going to go ahead and start my stream. I was going to stream this afternoon, but it is not going to look like, or it looks like it's not going to dry up this morning. So I will work this afternoon instead. But the goal today is to try and finish the first arc of Higurashi no Nakukuru ni Higurashi When They Cry. Let's go ahead and... oh, everything stayed the same. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and continue. We last left off at the end of chapter 8. I don't remember if I did all the tips or not. Oh yeah, I did. Sweet. It looks like my system's back to normal now. Beautiful. Let's continue and let's try to finish this. Weariness and a headache. Not a very nice way to start the day. Hold on, let me check something real fast. It is very possible that one of my settings reset itself. Let me make sure it's actually working like it's supposed to be. Did you reset? Okay, you're still the right resolution. Beautiful. All right.
昨べは何時に寝たの?
It seemed that my mom had noticed my sullen state. Yesterday, I kept on waking up in the middle of the night. Without a doubt, I felt a presence. I felt the presence of someone standing in front of my door. I told myself repeatedly that it was my imagination and forced myself to try and sleep. Except not being able to stand it, I gathered up my courage and opened the door. Of course, there wasn't anyone there. I think I did this 3 times throughout the night. Or maybe I just didn't remember doing it any more than that. Even though I was able to get to the breakfast table without incident, I still didn't feel at ease.
Kazeかもしれない。なんだか食欲ないんだ。
あら、ちょっと熱あるんじゃない？どうする？学校行ける？
Technically, I did go to a school. Technically, I did go to a school, but it was mostly self-study. It wouldn't matter much if I missed a day, would it? It could have been that I hadn't been feeling well for the last few days because I really did have a cold. If I took some medicine and got a good day of rest, I might be able to greet everyone with a smile tomorrow. Startled, I looked back and forth between the entrance and the clock. It was 10 minutes later than when I usually met up with Rena. It was Reina.
レナちゃん迎えに来ちゃったけど、どうする？お休みする？
What am I going to do? I know what's going to happen, but it's still nice to ask. Rena was a good girl. She might be somewhat quirky, but she was certainly cute. The lunches she made were delicious and she always looked out for me. Why should I be so scared of something like that? It wasn't Reina's fault. It was probably mine. It had to have been my cold. It just had to be.
休む。ごめん。
Also, my alarm went off. Whoops. Oh no, don't do that. Don't send her off. Mom headed off to the door. I would have to pass by the entrance to get back to my room. I didn't have the nerve to meet with Reina, so I wrapped myself in a blanket on the sofa and closed my eyes. I was so sleep deprived, I quickly fell into a deep slumber. I had only intended to lie down for a bit, but it was almost noon when I woke up. I called out to my parents, but they didn't seem to be around. On the table, I found lunch prepared and a note. Mom and Dad had apparently driven off to somewhere far away. It likely had to do with Dad's work. This happened every so often, so it wasn't that unusual. They would be back for dinner, but might be a bit late. On the note, it said, "The insurance card is in the cabinet. Take it and go to the hospital." There was also a well-drawn map to the hospital. That's right. I hadn't been there before, so I didn't know exactly where it was. I had a light lunch, although it really was just leftovers from the morning, and just in case, went to the hospital. Normally, I'd never be here in the middle of a weekday. Just walking around like this had me feeling guilty. It was an odd feeling. Following my mom's map, I took a road I usually never used. After walking for a bit, the hospital sign came into view. Erie A Clinic was written rather stylishly on the sign. The clinic wasn't very big, but based on the scale of the rest of Hinamazawa, it was far too grand. There was a parking lot and even a reserved spot for buses. They must be making a mint. Also, I love the dinosaur there. Or is it a kaiju? Actually, it's an alligator. I spaced out in the air-conditioned waiting room. Air-conditioned waiting room until it was my turn to be seen. Oh no. After half-heartedly answering all of the chatty doctor's questions, he responded with the old, "It's probably a cold." They gave me a shot and 3 days worth of medicine. I thought it was a little overboard, but if it would clear away the gloomy feeling I'd been having lately, then it was worth it. Exactly. I settled the bill and took a quick trip to the washroom. As I was leaving, I overheard a conversation between some elderly people who seemed to be regulars at the clinic. Of course, I had no intention of eavesdropping. if it just wasn't for that word.
やっぱり鬼隠しかいね。
どうかね。まだまだ若い子だけゃ。駆け落ちかもしられん。どこの誰とよ。季節のたびに東京もんが来ちょったろ。でっけえカメラ持った若者が。あれと仲が良きゃったって話。知られへんの？
So they're talking about Takano, the nurse here, and Tomitake, the photographer. Were they talking about Tomitake-san? I could feel my ears perking up.
そら知らんけど。でも、普通駆け落ちっても仁義あるだろう。書き置きとか辞表とか書かんかいね。
すったらんかかんから駆け落ち言うんね。
It's an elopement because they didn't leave a note or a message.
わきゃ看護師さんの顔見られんようなるんは寂しいね。
高野さんはしっかり者よ。どこへ行ってもやっていけろん。
So her name was Takano-san. That woman with Tomitake-san. And she worked at this clinic. Oyashiro-sama's shadow was following me everywhere I went. I started listening more closely, but they began talking about fishing and it didn't seem like they were going to revisit the topic. I gave up and left. Thus, even though I was separated from the daily monotony of school, I wasn't able to escape from Oyashiro-sama's shadow. But, of course, Oyashiro-sama was the guardian deity of this place, of Hinamazawa. As long as I was in Hinamazawa, I wouldn't be able to escape. Maybe it was because I was walking outside, but my appetite had suddenly returned. I might as well buy a snack with the change from the examination fee on the way home. Contemplating that, I turned onto a familiar street. At that moment, I heard a car horn abruptly honk behind me. Was I really walking so far into the middle of the road where I'd be in a car's way? I moved farther off to the side, but the horn was still honking at me. I turned around, peeved.
前原さん、こんにちは。
Oh no, it's Oishi, the cop. It was Oishi-san. He stepped out of his car, AC on full blast, and waved at me.
今日はどうしたんです？学校はお休みですか？
ちょっと体調悪かったんで、今日は休みました。お昼を買って帰ろうとしてたところです。
そりゃよかった。実は私、お昼に行こうとしてたんですよ。ああ、お体に触るようでしたら構いませんよ。
I love how Oishi wants to take him out for lunch. I was just going to lie down after going home anyway. And I didn't really have a cold.
地元の食堂だと嫌でしょう。町まで行きましょう。ちょっと走りますがよろしいですかな？私、おいしいお店知ってるんですよ。
Oh no. I'd finally begun to understand Oishi-san's roundabout way of saying things. He probably wanted to talk to me about stuff that would be difficult to discuss while in Hinamazawa. Yep. He wanted to talk about the case. I went with Oishi-san, riding in his frigid car. It was almost as if the bright sunlight outside was a lie.
昨夜は遅くまですみませんでしたね。 Sorry about that. 今日はどうしたんです？学校はお休みですか？
Yep. He wanted to talk about the case. I went with Oishi-san, riding in his frigid car. It was almost as if the bright sunlight outside was a lie. 昨夜は遅くまですみませんでしたね。
ご家族に送られませんでしたか？
いえ。
I recalled Reyna, who had been listening to the phone conversation at that time, separated from me by just the door. Even now, in the brightness of the sunlight, the thought still creeped me out. With the big bump that jolted the car, the road connecting to the city changed from dirt to pavement. My head swiveled back with a sudden realization. That's right. This was where Tomitaki-san died.
富武さんの捜査は暗礁に乗り上げています。
What snag did you hit? Oishi-san spoke while peering at me from the corner of his eye.
自分の爪で喉をかき破るという異常さから、幻覚作用のある何らかの薬物によるものだと信じているのです。こういう症状、それも急激に引き起こす薬物はなかなかないらしいんです。もちろん、検視解剖もそれを念頭に置いて十分に行ったのですが、手がかりはやはりありませんでした。
So they didn't find any known drugs in Tomitaki's system.
漫画なんかによくあるじゃないですか。体内に取り込まれると分解したりして証拠が何も残らないなんて、そんな薬
ありますよ。塩化錯視何でしたっけ？
Succinyl. Let me see what that is. I've never actually heard of that. But yeah, let me see if that's a real thing. Succinyl choline, okay. So that's a real drug. It's also known as quailicine or anectine. That's the brand name. It's a skeletal muscle relaxant for IV administration. Oh, hey, as an alternative to general anesthesia. Okay, interesting.
まあ、結構あります。でもですね、富武さんのような症状を引き起こす薬物にはそういうものはないそうなんですよ。
じゃあ警察は富武さんはたたりで死んだってそう言うんですか？
So Tomitake died from the curse? I couldn't help but feel that the police were worthless. I just wanted the idea of a curse to be dissociated from Tomitake-san's mysterious death.
悔しいですが、今のところは。ですが、死因はともかく、死ぬ前に何人かの人間に囲まれて暴行を受けたことだけは間違いありません。たたりでなく、人間が事件に関わっているのは疑いようがありませんよ。
That made me a bit relieved. We passed in front of the rather desolate but still busier than Hinamazawa train station. The car pulled into a restaurant parking lot and I followed Oishi-san into the shop. It was pretty crowded, but there were only adults at this hour. Of course there wouldn't be children in here in the middle of a weekend. weekday.
2名です。タバコは、我慢します。
こちらへどうぞ。ご注文がお決まりになりましたらお呼びください。
We were led by a peculiar okay, I'm gonna have problems pronouncing this word, sorry. Peculiarly dressed waitress to our table. I sat with Oisha-san in the booth. So,
このお店のウェイトレスさんの格好、可愛らしいと思いません？
Oishi is a pervert, by the way.
まあどうでしょうね。
このお店ね、いっつも第二お料理よりもウェイトレスさんがね。
ああ、大石さん、目がやらしいですよ。
そうですか？
Are you really? Regardless of how the waitresses looked, the food was decent enough. Finishing our meals while talking about some inane plot or inane topic, Oishi-san's after-meal cup of coffee arrived at the table.
昨日、ひなみ沢の昔話が出ましたよね。
ええ、人食い鬼の里だって言われてたって話でしたっけ？
私もあんまり詳しい方じゃないので、うちのばあ様に今朝ちょっと聞いてみたんです。
Oishi-san took out the notepad that was stuffed into his breast pocket.
なんでもですね、大昔はひなみ沢は鬼ヶ淵って呼ばれてたんだそうです。
鬼ヶ淵、すごい名前ですね。
That is quite the name.
今でもその名前残ってるんですよ。神主の妻が受水自殺した沼の名前は今でも鬼ヶ淵という。沼の底の底は鬼たちの住む国とつながってると言われてたんだそうです。
Yeah, it's believed that the swamp is actually bottomless. Of course, nobody had told me anything about such an ominous swamp. Let's quick save.
でですね、鬼ヶ淵は恐れられていたと同時に崇められてもいたんだそうです。
A respect born of fear. I guess you could say it was a kind of deification. A village of inhuman creatures.
鬼たちはある種の仙人でもあったらしいんですよ。例えば、不治の病にかかった村人を鬼ヶ淵に運んで治してもらったりとかしたんだそうです。
Even if we are calling them demons, Tengu long-nosed goblins or senin would be a more apt description.
って言っても、そんなに悪い人たちじゃないみたいですね。
Exactly.
でもそこはやっぱり人食い鬼らしいんです。ばあ様に聞いた昔話ではですね、息子を治療してもらった代償として連れてきた母親を食わせろとこうなるらしいんですよ。
Also, I love the voices in the background of this song. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but there's this haunting in the background. Villagers with incurable illnesses would be taken. I missed that. This one is a little bit off. It's possible it could just be a translation problem. I don't know. But what's going on is I don't remember, or I didn't see anything about a specific mother and son going to talk to the demons. So this is a little bit off, but whatever.
息子を治療してもらった対価が自分ですか？それは怖いな。
It's very unsettling.
もちろん母親は息子を連れて逃げます。これをですね、鬼ヶ淵に住む村人、鬼たちがですね、全員で追いかけて取り囲んで捕まえたんだそうです。
The entire village, apparently. That's quite a frightening thing to imagine.
結局、母親も息子も捕まって食べられちゃったんだそうです。
Oh no.
おしまい。
So they were eaten.
その話、矛盾がありますよ。当事者の2人が食べられちゃったんですから、その話が残るはずがありません。
Very smart, Keiichi.
ありゃ。昔話はこういうの多いですよね。
Exactly. There are plenty of old fables like this. Now, typically, typically I would write notes in my notebook about the visual novel I'm reading, but this one I've already completed, so there's not a massive amount new that I need to write about. When I get back to the second arc, which is Watanagashi, I'll be taking some notes. I only made it about halfway through that one before I restarted for the stream. In contrast to the In contrast to the ghastly tale, Oishi-san laughed heartily while sipping his coffee.
でもですね、他の昔話にも結構あるらしいんですよ。鬼ヶ淵の鬼たちが総出で獲物を捕まえに来るというのは。
I recalled that Mion said all the villagers united and fought against the dam construction. I saw similarities with how that part about unification overlapped.
鬼たちの獲物は常に一人で、しかも前もって決められているらしいんです。
え？
That caught my attention. Oishi-san also appeared to be pondering what it meant.
ばあ様が言うにはですね、鬼の狩りの時には絶対に邪魔をしてはいけない。家に閉じこもって布団をかぶってろって言うんです。
つまりどういうことですか？
獲物の人を助けたり、かくまったりしてはいけないんだそうです。鬼の狩りを邪魔しない限り、村人には危害を加えない。そういうルールなんだそうです。
Basically, don't help the victims. Pretend you didn't see the atrocities. In other words,
ルールを破ったらどうなるんです？
さあ、何しろ人食い鬼ですからね。
so if you help somebody that's in trouble during the demon's hunt, they'll eat you. Many parts of that tale caught my attention. Parts of the story he told me overlapped with his theory that the entire village was in on the crime. Even if it wasn't the whole village, it was conceivable that the villagers were hiding under the covers and leaving them to die when there's a group that was on their hunt, wasn't it? I didn't dare speak it.
じゃあ大石さんはやっぱり村ぐるみもしくは村人数人の犯行だと見てるんですね。
前原さんはどう思います？ああ、すみません。コーヒーのおかわりいいですか？
So he's asking Keiichi what he thinks right now about all the things. That's what I wanted to know. It seemed that we were both waiting for the other to say that last part. He waited for the waitress to finish pouring coffee before speaking.
去年サトシ君が失踪した頃から私は不審に感じていたんです。
Yeah, Satoshi left last year. He just kind of vanished, and this right here, I believe, sets Keiichi off. Oishi-san muttered as he watched the milk swirl around in his coffee.
それでサトシさんのお友達、つまり前原さんのお友達グループの皆さんを本当にちょっぴりだけですよ、調べさせてもらったんです。
He had background checking done. If Oishi-san had said this to me before, I would have gotten angry at him for calling my friends into question. But as I was now, I couldn't.
とてもつまらない話になります。前原さんがつまらないと感じたらいつでもおっしゃってください。終わりにしますので。
Oishi-san was wearing the most serious expression that I'd ever seen from him. It was as if he was telling me to prepare myself and listen. There were quite a few things I regretted hearing from Oishi-san, but none of them were as threatening as this. A little voice inside me was screaming like an alarm. Stop, Keiichi. This was probably the last one. I took a deep breath and silenced that voice. I would not run from the truth.
お願いします。
That was all I could utter. Oishi-san stared into my eyes silently for a few moments. After he was certain I was ready, he began.
1
の被
害者は現場の監督さんだったんですが、事件の数週間前に園崎美音さんと取っ組み合いをしてるんですよ。何度か。
Oishi-san had said before that Mion had defied the dam project vehemently. That's probably correct. Well, it wasn't hard to imagine how she'd be if she got worked up.
2年目の事件で誘致派の夫婦が事故に遭いましたよね。現場にはお嬢さんも一緒にいたんです。それが北条聡子さんなんです。
And this is where you find out that it was Satoko's parents that were part of the second year curse.
聡子って聡子？
Oishi-san's look told me that my voice was too loud. I realized it as well and quickly quieted down.
3年目には神主夫婦が亡くなられますよね。そのお嬢さんが古出里香さんです。
リカちゃんが？
Yep, this is where Keiichi finds out about his friends.
4年目に亡くなった主婦はもうわかりますね。北条聡子さんの義理のおばです。
Yep, the step aunt of Satoko.
聡子さんはご両親を事故で失っていましたので預けられていたのです。被害者宅に。
Yep. I could tell my lips were getting dry. I didn't even have the wits to keep my mouth from hanging agape. I had thought it was nothing but a bizarre incident, one that I could easily distance myself from. But clicking and clacking, it had snuck all the way to my feet.
ちなみに4年目に失踪した北条聡さんは聡子さんの実の兄になります。
Yeah, Satoshi vanished.
ちょっと待ってください。
It took everything I had to finally say that. I gulped down a glass of water and once again wiped my face with a napkin. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. But Oishi-san was relentless. Instead of waiting for me to finish sorting out my feelings, he started speaking again. The last of the things I shouldn't have heard.
被害者たちはなぜかあなたのお友達グループに全てつながるのです。
偶然に決まってるじゃないですか。
Exactly.
前原さん、静かに静かに。
Yep, keep it down.
見てますよ。
Everyone is looking. Mion? Satoko? Rika-chan? So what if they're connected? You're telling me all of my friends? It couldn't be. It just couldn't be. Oh, Reina is different, isn't she? Reina isn't connected with the victims at all.
竜宮レナさんは去年まで茨城の郊外にお住まいでした。まあ確かにいずれの被害者とも直接の面識はありませんが。
He said it in a roundabout way. Is he saying she's also connected?
実は調べてみたら竜宮さんは引っ越しの少し前に学校で謹慎処分を受けているんですよ。
Exactly.
でも学校中のガラスを割って回ったんだとか。
Yep, this is where you find out about her just losing it. Yeah, she just straight up loses it and
レナ
starts just breaking shit. Reina did that?
ガラスを割った。
Oh yeah, I would be scared too. That same spacey Reina had. I couldn't even imagine it.
3日間の謹慎が明けた後も、その間に神経科に通院し、自律神経失調症と診断され、何週間かの間、投薬と医師によるカウンセリングを受けています。
What is dysautomania? Autonomic failure or dysfunction is a condition in which the autonomic nervous system does not work properly. This may affect the function of the heart, bladder. So basically she did all of this without thinking about it. Okay. I wonder if it was something like a nervous breakdown. I had heard that it happens to people who are really methodical or overly sensitive. Neither of those matched Reina's easygoing personality.
いいですね。そのカウンセリングをした医師のカルテにレナさんの会話内容が記載されているんですがね、その中に出てくるんですよ。結構。
Yep, it shows up. What did? Exactly. I know exactly what it is. I pressed forward carelessly. There couldn't be anything more for me to regret.
出てくるんですよ。親代様って単語が。
It felt like someone's stone cold hand was caressing my back. Why? Why had Reina spoken of Oyashiro-sama before she even came to Hinamizawa?
親代様っていう幽霊みたいなものがですね、夜な夜な自宅にやってくるっていうんですよ。枕元に立って自分を見下ろすんだって。
My mind froze. I couldn't process what I was being told.
その後、しばらくしてひなみ沢に引っ越されたんです。ああ、そうそう。レナさんはよそ者なんかじゃないですよ。
え？
住民票で分かったんですが、竜宮一家は元はレナさんがちょうど小学校に上がるときに茨城へ引っ越されたんです。
Yep, Reina is originally from Hinamizawa. Also, let me check my audio just in case. Just give me a sec, guys. I'm noticing some major frame rate drops. Be right back. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Awesome. So even though my frame rate is dropping, it's not affecting my audio, so we're good there. Yeah, right now it's hovering around 18 frames a second, which is not bad for this type of game. You guys might notice a little bit of delay in my camera, but this is a game that doesn't have much action at all. My mind went completely blank. It was similar to the static you'd see on a blank TV channel. My ears began ringing as I lost all sense of comprehension.
前原さん、大丈夫ですか？もう終わりにしましょうか。
Yep. Those words brought me back. I couldn't let it end here.
レナのことは分かりました。じゃあ最後の被害者の富武さんはどうなんですか？誰と接点があるんですか？
Irritated, I let out one final reprisal.
全員ですよ。お忘れですか、前原さん。みんなで楽しくお祭りの晩を過ごしたじゃないですか。何人もの警官が皆さんの楽しそうな様子を見ていますよ。
Yep. Now there was nothing I could respond with. I fell silent as my brain turned to mush.
そろそろ出ましょう。ああ、前原さん。お昼の薬は飲みましたか？
I had completely forgotten about the medicine I had gotten today until Oishi-san said that. I got another glass of water and we left the shop after I chugged it down. We got in the car and returned to Hinamazawa via the rough road. I never really paid attention when I was on my bike, but did cars normally shake this much? It was almost as if the road was desperately trying to tell me something. Ba-dump. That big jolt was from the difference in elevation of the road when it changed from cement to dirt. I was certain that I heard Tomitaki-san scream. I sat in silence, just letting myself be shaken by the car.
お家の前まで送りましょう。今日は病気でお休みだったんですよね。長々とお話ししてしまって申し訳ありませんでした。
The conversation wasn't actually that long.
なんで俺に話すんですか？
I blurted out the question. Really, just blurted it out. I didn't expect an answer.
私、一応確認しましたよね。お話やめましょうかって。
Exactly.
なくて、どうして俺に接触してきたんですか？
I understood quite well that Oishi-san was investigating this string of suspicious incidents. But why was he telling me all this? I knew nothing and I couldn't help. Everything Oishi-san spoke of was news to me. First of all, what could I, having just moved here, possibly know? By chance, if there was a reason for Oishi-san to reach out to me, then it would have to be that I was part of Mion's circle of friends who looked suspicious to Oishi-san.
私ね、定年したらばあ様の意向で引っ越しちゃう予定なんですよ。
Yep.
だからこそ在職中にこの事件だけははっきりさせておきたかったんです。
Which makes sense. This is his final year of being a detective, and he just wants to retire and live a cushy life.
で、大石さんは疑ってるんですよね、みんなを。
Oishi-san didn't really give a response. It felt a little late, but I thought it was his way of showing a bit of consideration for my feelings.
これはこの道30年の勘です。
Yeah, he's been on the job for a while.
相原さん、危ないのは
If he's been
なんですよ。
Okay, if he's been on the job for 30 years, that means he's probably in his 50s. I always thought he was actually in his late 40s. But no, he's probably in his 50s. I wanted to reply with, "That's absurd," but in my downtrodden state, I couldn't bring myself to say it.
私は今年で定年ですから、来年の綿流しの日にはもういません。だから今年中に決着をつけたいのです。
Yep. In other words, he was insinuating that on the next Watanagashi, I might be the victim.
長からも注意を受けています。一連の事件は個々に解決しているから蒸し返すなという、これは一種の圧力です。
Yep. So he's calling back to the police chief's notice that no one should bring up the case at all.
圧力って何のですか？
ひなみ沢の誰かですよ。着きました。この辺でいいですか？
After some time, the car finally reached the path to my house. The clock read 2 p.m. I was surprised so little time had passed since we ate. It was hot outside the car. The chirping of the higurashi hurt my ears.
今日の話はすべて忘れてくださっても結構です。ですが、私は捜査を続けますよ。お社様のたたりは今年で終わらせます。
Yep, he's trying too hard here, in my personal opinion.
連絡しろってことですか？
いいんですよ。前原さんがどうしても連絡したくなった時だけでいいんです。
So here, Oishi is kind of playing the good cop, but slight spoiler, this guy is one of those cops that goes back and forth between being the good cop and the bad cop. I wasn't collected enough to understand Oishi-san's roundabout way of saying it.
ゆっくり休んでください。病気でお休みの時に良くない話ばかりして申し訳ありませんでしたね。
I didn't really give any sort of response.
いつでもそれだけは信じといてください。それじゃあ失礼。
Yeah, he's not always going to be at your side, Keiichi. I mean, he is here, but not later on. The tires crunched over the dirt road as the car made a U-turn and disappeared into a cloud of kicked-up dust. It felt like I was watching a boat only throw me a lifesaver in shark-infested waters before disappearing into the distance. That was the first time I thought Oishi-san was being unfair. Telling me I was going to be the next victim, then just saying to contact him if something happened. This wasn't a criminal investigation. He was fishing, and I was just the bait dangling off the line. Would the fish be the perpetrator? Or was it really just Oyashiro-sama's curse? Either way, the bait would be swallowed whole.
俺、死にたくないよ。
Exactly. For some time, I could do nothing but stare at the puddle of water left behind by the AC from the car. I wonder how much time had passed since I laid down. It was getting dark outside. My body was soaked in sweat. It would probably be a good idea to change my sheets. At that moment, the phone downstairs rang. It was probably Mom. Mom was quite the worrywart. Maybe she had called many times, but I just didn't notice it.
もしもし、前原ですけど。
お、生きてた。具合はどう？
圭一のお友達ですか？圭一は休んでますけど、代わりましょうか？
お父様で？すみません。
Oh no, she couldn't tell that he was faking his voice.
引っかかってやがるよ。
Exactly. After our exchange, we both had a good laugh together. Except I was suspicious of her even as we were laughing. Was everybody really involved in the incidents? The fact that I couldn't say no saddened me.
元気そうで安心したよ。レナもすっごく心配してたよ。
Reina really was.
ざまあないですわって喜んでたな。リカちゃんは病気でかわいそう。
This actually sounds like his friends.
チェ、みんなで勝手に大盛り上がりしてたみたいだな。
No, everybody was not.
まあまあ。でさ、ケイちゃん、お見舞いに行っちゃ都合悪いかな。
お見舞い？いいよそんな。重病人ってわけじゃないんだから。
うちのバッチャが山ほどおはぎを作ってさ、お裾分けに持ってけって言ってんだよ。だから持ってくね。
おいおい、風が移っても知らねえぞ。
おじさんもレナもおバカさんだから大丈夫。じゃあね、すぐ行くから。
Exactly. They're both too stupid to catch a cold. I love that joke. She hung up cheerfully. Reina's coming too? That's what it sounded like. I was still concerned about meeting Reina, but I guess if she was with Mion. I heard the doorbell 10 minutes later.
どんな感じ？ちゃんと薬飲んで寝てた？
そりゃもうしっかりとな。
Exactly.
元気そうでよかった。心配してたんだよ。
悪かったな。明日にはもう大丈夫だよ。
Exactly. Mion showed a complete lack of concern for someone who's recovering, and Reina looked like she was worried about me from the bottom of her heart. It didn't look like there was anything beyond those or behind those expressions.
ちょっとお邪魔しようかと思ったけど、まだ本調子じゃないみたいだね。
そうか？
It seemed my face had appeared a bit sullen.
じゃあこれ、ケイチくん、みーちゃんのおばあちゃんが作ってくれたおはぎだよ。
Reina held out the package wrapped in newspaper. There might be about 5 in here. It was quite hefty.
あ、サンキューな。ミオンのばあちゃんによろしく伝えといてくれよ。
あ、その中にね、レナが作ったのもケイチくんに見つけられるかな。これ、今日の部活を欠席したケイちゃんへの宿題ね。おはぎにアルファベットがついてるから、明日回答すること。
Yep.
お見舞いなのか部活なのか、どっちかにしろ。
元気元気。これなら明日は大丈夫そうだね。
この騒ぎで熱がぶり返したらどうしてくれんだよ、まったく。
Exactly.
みーちゃん、
あんまり騒いじゃもう行こう。お家の人にも怒られるよ。
Both of them thought my parents were home. It was because the entranceway was a mess.
そうだね。もう行こっかね。あ、そうそう、ケイちゃん。
なんだよ。
And now,
お昼、何食べた？
and now, the creepy look. Also, guys, I will be right back. Stella. Stella,
Awaiting orders.
I need a break.
Enjoy your break.
Thank you. I will be right back, guys. I had some coffee and it's hitting me hard. I'm back, guys. I'm back. Stella. Stella.
Awaiting orders.
135.
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. The sudden question startled me, and I went wide-eyed when I saw Mion. Also, I love how there's no audio here. There's no music or anything. And now it's creepy. I had never seen her like that. It was a highly unsettling visage. Her visage. But why is she asking me about what I ate for lunch? She might be asking just because she's actually concerned. She is a good friend, after all. What she said was so inane, it was almost meaningless. Also, I had to grab my jacket. The way she said it, it was almost like she didn't even care at all about what I ate.
表で食べたよ。
She must have suspected that I was with Oishi-san. Anyway, I felt that if I hesitated or tried to change the subject, then they'd read too deep into it, so I tried answering as quickly as possible. Except, contrary to the efforts I had made, there was a pause before they replied.
ケイチ君、お昼は外食だったんだね。
The glimmer from Reina's eyes had changed at some point as well. It was now sharp, as if to make me feel the feigned ignorance behind her words even more. As if she already knew. That's how it looked to me.
どう？美味しかった？
なんでそんなことを聞くんだよ。
Mion was speaking in an unusually low tone. Almost as if she knew that I had eaten at the restaurant in town. No, I'm overthinking this. I mean, both of them should have been in school at lunchtime. There was no way they could have known where I was.
渋いおじさまとご一緒だったみたいだけど。誰？
Flop. The package with the mochi I was holding slipped out of my hands. I could tell the blood had drained from my face, making me go pale.
へえ、ケイチ君、それ誰？ひょっとして、この間の人かな？
Now, it's very possible that this actually didn't happen, that they were asking other things or saying other things, and he just hallucinated this. I could feel the back of my throat going dry. This was no longer a bluff. They knew everything.
なんでそんなことわかるんだよ。
It took everything I had to finally force those words from my throat. My knees were shaking.
ってね、おじさんにわからないことはないからね。
Mion sneered knowingly, and her laugh seemed to carry on forever.
ケイちゃん、何の随分と熱くなってたみたいだけど。
Also, you don't hear her laugh here. That's probably a mistake in the dialogue, or it's also possible that he could hear the laugh, but we don't, because I don't know. Maybe it's an uncanny thing. Maybe it's one of those things where he where maybe it's a culture thing. Maybe it's something where he's actually he's actually hearing her laugh, but but laughter in Japanese isn't always just laughter. It could just be that he's believing she's laughing, but she's not actually laughing. I don't know.
みんなの話はしてないよ。ミオンともレナとも関係ない。
聞いてもないのにレナたちの名前が出るなんて、なんだか怪しいな。
Exactly. Reina's unwavering gaze pierced through my eyes and peered further inside me. I'd dug my own grave. My heart was throbbing so much, it felt like it was going to explode.
何を隠れてやろうとも、おじさんにはすべてお見通しってこと。それだけを忘れないでくれればいいかな。
I couldn't even shake my head. It took everything I had to stop my teeth from chattering. She never let her gaze break from mine, even as she tilted her head slightly.
ケイチ君、顔色悪いよ。もう横になった方がいいと思うな。
そうだね。私たちはもう帰ろう。
As if nothing had happened, they both giggled at each other and started making their way out. I hadn't moved a muscle since I had dropped the package of mochi. As they left, the door slowly closed behind them. All I could do was stare, as if I couldn't move until the door was completely closed. Just as the door was just about closed, it opened again slightly with a sudden creak, sending my heart racing once again. A single eye peered in through that narrow slit, and Mion's hawkish gaze peered at me once again. This is creepy right here.
じゃあね、ケイちゃん。
Oh, exactly. It's just like, see you tomorrow.
学校休んじゃ嫌だよ。
And actually, she really did. She really did want him to come back to school because she was really concerned about him. Thud. The door closed. I wasn't able to move a muscle even after their low laughter died off into the distance, and silence once again enveloped the room. Coming back to my senses, the first thing I did was lock the door. They knew what Oishi-san and I talked about? Why? How? No, that wasn't important. Thinking about it now, all of it could have been overheard from the beginning when Oishi-san met me. Just as Mion said, I couldn't hide anything. Then, what were they trying to tell me? That part was obvious. They were warning me not to say anything unnecessary. What did they deem unnecessary? It was all I can't speak. I only talked about Oishi-san, or I only talked to Oishi-san about one thing. And they were warning me that was unnecessary. What was it that Oishi-san talked to me about? The incidents involving Oishi-san or Oyashiro-sama's curse that occurred every year weren't individual cases. But were connected as a whole, as well as the fact that there may be multiple perpetrators hidden within Hinamazawa. No, more precisely, that Mion, Reina, Satoko, and Rika-chan were all suspicious. Is that what they were warning me against?
何バカなこと考えてんだよ、俺。
Yeah, what kind of nonsense are you thinking about? I hit my own face hard enough that it let out a loud slap. If only that would wake me from this nightmare. But for some reason, it felt like I was touching a blanket. It was almost laughably painless. Calm down, Keiichi. Marbara. When did I become such a pessimist? Calm down. Calm down. Settle down and sort things out. The reason Mion knew I was eating lunch with Oishi-san was probably because somebody from Hinamazawa just happened to be there at the time. They must have told Mion that I was there. That made the most sense. Plus, come to think of it, she didn't ask me where I ate lunch, did she? She only asked, was it good? They were just curious since I was together with someone not from Hinamazawa. It's not as if they had ulterior motives. That's it. That has to be it. Thinking about it that way, it was the same with Reina. I was just being strangely ambiguous about when I met with Oishi-san, and Reina was just correcting me on that. That's when I was bewildered by the change in character from the usually mild-mannered Reina, and was just startled by it. Okay, so it should be usually and not usual. Or at least I think it should be usually. That's the most natural way of thinking about it. It felt like my mind was mixed up like a tangled mess of spaghetti. Deep red marinara sauce would have poured out of my nose and ears if you squeezed my head. Thinking that, I suddenly felt like vomiting. I really didn't want that to happen, so I stopped holding my head. I love how he's just like, oh, but he's squeezing his head so hard that he feels like blood was just going to spew out everywhere. Lately, I had no idea what anyone was saying. Spending time with them was fun. It didn't feel like there was any sort of hidden agenda. I really do think that they're a good bunch of people. When I just moved here and couldn't make heads or tails of everything, they were really kind to me. Reina was really kind and always looked after me. As long as that strange affliction didn't rear its ugly head, she was really pretty cute. Mion is also a really good person. She didn't care about anyone's age or gender and was optimistic and outgoing. I was never bored when I was with her. And talking of not getting bored, rambunctious Satoko was a good person for that too. She was pretty bratty, but that was just the way she interacted with others. Rika-chan was the same way. She didn't speak often, but that didn't mean she was always silent. They're my friends. But after hearing of the better untold secrets of Hinamazawa from Oishi-san and Tomitake-san, when I was told about Oyashiro-sama's curse, things started going crazy. Then, hearing from Oishi-san that Mion, Reina, Satoko, and Rika-chan were all suspicious, after that, everyone changed. That's right. It all started getting weird after Oishi-san told me all that strange stuff. At that time, I really should have just not listened to those weird stories. I shouldn't even have asked Tomitake-san about the past incidents on the night of Watanagashi. If I just hadn't gotten that strange sense of curiosity, if I just hadn't, that's right. So that's why they killed Tomitake-san. That impudent outsider speaking to the likes of me after everybody went out of their way to keep it a secret from me. They'll probably kill Oishi-san as well. For trying to unearth what everybody was warning me was better left buried. Besides that, he was unforgivable for spewing words that made me doubt the others. Of course a guy like that is going to be killed. Both Tamataka-san and Oisha-san were nothing but outsiders after all. They were entities who couldn't coexist with the people of Hinamazawa. Those guys should just fall to Oyashiro-sama's curse and just die. Pardon me, guys. Have you guys ever wondered what it's like to be a cat with their hairy tongue? That's how my tongue feels right now. I might not be able to finish this today. I was hoping to. But I seem to recall that the last 2 chapters of this arc are very short. It wasn't their fault. It was my fault for not being able to hold back my curiosity. It wasn't their fault. 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 I settled into a daze. It was a lethargic feeling, like I had just gotten up, but the ominous chill that haunted me had subsided. I was fine now. I was no longer frightened. I had completely recovered. By the way, guys, if you guys are interested in playing Higurashi no Nakukoro ni in its entirety, I do have linked below my YouTube channel and my Facebook stream. I do have linked an affiliate link for Manga Gamer for the question arcs for this game. So I was recently approved to be an affiliate for that site. Manga Gamer is a primarily visual novel site where you can buy various different visual novels, and they do deal with a lot of adult visual novels, but they also deal with quite a few other ones that are not. Like this one is not in the adult section, even though it is definitely not a PG game. I would say this is PG-13 or R-rated. It is very much something that I would not recommend to anyone underneath the age of 16. But if you guys would like to help out the stream and are interested in playing along or playing the rest of this game, the rest of the question arc, which is chapter 1 through 4, if you click that link and purchase through that link, it does help my stream out quite a bit. Now let's get back to the game. I'll go to school tomorrow, right as rain. I'll greet everyone. I'll take part in club activities. It'll definitely be fun. It had to be fun. I was one of them, after all.
そうだ、おはぎ食べないと。どれがレナの手作りか当てないといけないんだよな。
Yep. I remembered the homework the two brought with them when they visited me. But wow, our club did delivery. That was something else. I picked up the package I'd dropped on the floor and headed into the living room. It would be nice, I guess, to have some tea with it. To fill my mouth with mochi while drinking tea. Oh, this was quite a delectable situation I was in. Opening up the newspaper wrapping, there were 5 plump red bean paste mochi fit snugly inside. There were letters written from left to right on the newspaper, A, B, C, D, and E. Now in the anime, I believe there were actually 6 instead of 5. Which is a weird change. Like, it's not a major change, but I swear there were 6. And I'm assuming that the sixth one was probably to represent Satoshi, or to just be something to screw with him. I don't know. Now then, they said Reina made one of these. I wonder which one. There wasn't much difference in how they looked. They smelled and appeared about the same. This was a pretty difficult problem. The biggest difference was probably their shape. I wasn't sure what kind of person Mion's grandma was, but Reina's had to be different from hers. Looking carefully, I could see one mochi that was made very neatly. So well that, just by staring at it, one could tell it stood out. Exactly. Calm down and think even harder. Mion had said her grandma made a ton of them and was told to give some out, if I remembered correctly. So that meant 4 of these were from that large batch. Then what about Reina? She probably only made 1. So she probably spent quite a bit of time on it. Meaning, the one Reina had made was this one, E. For a moment, I thought it may have been a trap Mion laid as she knew I'd pick up on it. But that probably wasn't the case. I wouldn't be so sure if I knew Mion had made it, but since she said Reina made it, it probably wasn't a trap.
よし。お茶も準備 OK。まずはディフェンディングチャンピオンのミオンのばあちゃんからだ。どれ？
Not bad. The smooth bean paste and soft, chewy texture left little to be desired. The tea I drank afterwards also accentuated the experience. This was an exquisite piece of work. Now, how about Reina's? The creation was so delicate. One would think it was a high-class Japanese dessert. Since I normally had quite the appetite, I was slightly worried about the size of the portion. But, well, first a bite. This is quite a difficult one to judge, actually. The ingredients were exactly the same, so there was little difference in flavor. What was different was how it was shaped at the end. So it was to be expected. So the deciding factors would be presentation and volume. The well-formed and well-sized champion versus Reina, the challenger, with the size you just couldn't get enough of. I'd only had 1 bite of Reina's. I would probably have to wait until after I was done eating to make my decision. Maybe there was something hidden inside that could cause an upset. It seems my prediction was right. My tongue touched something. It didn't feel like something edible, so I reached in with my fingers and grabbed it. What? What was this? Before I could fully comprehend what it was, I threw away the rest of the mochi I was eating as fast as I could. It slammed against the wall, causing the bean jam to splatter. Then, after sticking for a moment, it slid down to the floor. I was dumbstruck by my own actions. What was I doing? Reina had gone out of her way to make it for me. How could I? Dumbstruck, I looked down at the hand that performed such a vile act. Then I remembered what I had taken out of my mouth. At first, I thought it was hair. Even though it was shorter than Mion's, Reina's hair was still quite long. And it wasn't that short. It was also a bit too hard to be hair. It was thick enough to roll around on my tongue. There was a bit of a metallic sheen on one end of it. Ah, yes. There was a hole for where thread goes through, like it was a sewing needle. Yes, that's right. It looked very much like a sewing needle. Exactly like one. The end was pointed as well, quite sharply. Alright, so I'm just going to respond to the rest of the dialogue. My throat is getting a little bit, or my voice is getting a little bit worn, but I'm going to keep going. Exactly. He couldn't... Of course you would be terrified. It's a needle. Oh no. Also, that's not what I wanted to do. I was actually wanting to check the log. So, this is where...
Orders.
This is where he starts feeling his throat being itchy, as the anime called it. He's about to vomit. Yep, he's just started throwing the mochi against the wall. Also, I love how you actually see it right there. Yeah, what exactly is happening? He's starting to panic a bit right now. You were born. That's what happens. They don't consider you an enemy. And now he's panicking. I have been here. Have you guys been here? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and read the new tips, and then I'm going to change things up. I was planning on finishing this tonight, well, this morning, but I'm coming up on time right now, and I still do need to work. So let's go ahead and go through the tips. These tips are important, by the way. They're not just
単
They're not
を直入に自殺させる薬ってないんですか？
they're not just there to they're not just there to be fun asides. Most of the time they actually do help you understand what's going on, and they also sometimes introduce characters that you won't meet for a while in the story.
直接責任はない。
But what drug?
遠回しですね。では間接的にはあるってことですか？
自殺したくなる精神状態を誘発することはできる。ちゅうことだ。
難しい言い方になりましたね。何ですかその自殺したくなる精神状態っていうのは？
例えば一般的な心理学見地から言えばじゃが、心理面が内向状態から外向状態に転じるときに最も自殺が多いと言われちょる。
It is believed, but I believe that's been proven false. I'm not going to dive too far into that because I'm no doctor, and my belief could still be wrong. They are different. Not 100% true on the bipolar part. Now, mind you, this does take place in 1983, and yeah, this does take place in 1983, and this was made in this series was created in the early 2000s. So medicine has changed, and what they believe right now in this time period is going to be different than what we believe now, if that makes sense.
内向状態の時は自信を喪失し非常に悲観的だ。だが自殺もせん。自殺をする気力すらないからだ。逆の状態もまた自殺をせん。今度は逆に非常に自信過剰で行動的なので、自らを順風満帆と思う。だ。
なるほどね。どっちの状態でも自殺をしないのに、状態が
内向状態には自殺願望はあるが、自殺という大仕事を遂げる気力すらもない。だが外向状態が始まると徐々に気力が充実し、体の自由が利くようになってくる。
なるほど。
Exactly.
つまり自殺する気力が回復するわけですね。
そういうことじゃのう。だからこの時期に変な気を起こさんように処方箋を施すわけじゃな。
では富武氏はこの心理状態だったんですかね。
一般的に自殺はちゃんとした文化的な手法で行われる。道具を使用してな。自虐行動とは全く違うぞい。
富武氏の自殺は文化的じゃない。ではやっぱり何かの中毒と考えるのが自然ですか。最初に言った自殺したくなる精神状態を起こす薬ってのを教えてください。
鎮痛薬の一部には心理を内向から外向に過剰転換させる効果があると報告されとる。それから催眠作用を持つ薬を異常摂取した場合にも異常行動が報告されとるが、あまり一般的ではないのう。
その2つは検視の報告だと違うみたいですね。他の可能性は？
あとは病気しか考えられん。甲状腺異常を引き起こす病気にしばしばそれに似た症状が報告されとる。だがそれらは概して特徴的な症状が多い。仏は違うのう。
Yeah, Tomitake did not exhibit any
もっと
signs of a
発
disease.
生するものはありませんかね。今回のケースと合うような突発性で自殺したくなるようなやつです。
他には。そうじゃな。脳障害によって精神に異常を発生する状態じゃな。これは薬物中毒でも起こるが、脳の外傷や一部の病気なんかでも起こる。
つまり薬によらなくても異常な精神状態に陥る可能性があると。
仏は犯人に囲まれて命に危険が迫っとったんじゃろ。極度の緊張が続いて、それに分泌異常が重なって、さらに打ちどころが悪くて脳に障害が起こり、自虐行動に走った。
Yep.
もうちょっと省略して言ってくれませんかね。
つまり乱闘中に豆腐の角に頭ぶつけて、それで異常が発生したと言っとるんだ。
じゃあ星には殺意はなかったってことですかね。ちょいと小銭を巻き上げようと思ったら、たまたま殴りどころが悪かったと。
Yep.
なんてわけはありませんね。
いかにも。薬物の常用にせよ、精神的なものにせよ、仏の身元が鍵を握っとるぞい。そっちは。
あら、こんな時間。そろそろ戻らないとクマちゃん怒っちゃいますね。
おお、頑張っ。いいお年をの。
いいよ。
Yep. Now we're done with you. And now we're on threats.
おや？今の皆さんは確か
議員バッジが2人いたっすね。
じゃあ県議と市議の園崎だ。
面白いっすね。親戚同士で県議と市議やってんすか。
This is where you find out.
ずるいんですよ。お互いの名前で慈善運動バンバン。
Okay, so this is where you find out about Mion's family being tied to the government.
片方の選挙中にはもう片方が別に講演会を開いて二重に選挙運動やってんですよ。堂々と。
よくわかんないんすけど、それって公選法違反じゃないんすか？
慈善運動にならない限り政治活動は無制限ですからね。クマちゃん、そんなんじゃ選対本部好きになった時大変ですよ。公選法くらいは勉強してください。
俺、知能犯化は無理っす。バカですから。
Mayor of Hinamizawa.
お見送りしてんのは副所長とうちの課長っすね。
I'm assuming that this one is from the perspective of Kumagai, because you don't see him. You see Oishi instead.
「大石さんは友達多いから聞いてるかもしれない」。
いえ、何も。
Actually, no, it's gotta be Oishi. Yeah, it has to be Oishi thinking this, because he's talking about going with the department chief for Odin right here.
ガモにはんぺん頼みます。所長んとこに議員の怒鳴り込みがあったんだよ。
あれま、そうなんですか。あ、お母さん、私にもう一杯ください。
ひなみ沢事件の捜査の仕方で 君を指名して陳情してきたよ。
ありゃ私？はてはて。
とぼけるなよ。例のひなみ沢の過去の事件、蒸し返してるだろ。
Yep.
私、富武殺しで手一杯でそんな余裕ないですよ。ね。
本当に？本当にそうならいいんだけどさ。
いやー、ごちそうになっちゃいました。今月は負けっぱなしだったんで財布つらかったんで助かりました。
Amen.
いや、いいよ。また馬教えてよ。大井さんと同じ馬を買うから。
Tell me a good horse again.
最近はダメです。馬の声がさっぱりですから。タクシー
Talking about betting on the horse races in order to try and make enough money to do well. Ah. Yeah, he's drunk right now.
ではではまた明日。良いお年を。
大井さん。
はいはい。
過去の事件は全部個別に終わってる。縦に並べるのはやめるんだよ。村の連中は半ば本気でタタリを信じてるんだから。
私だってタタリなんか信じ。
大石さんは来年で退職じゃないですか。退職金でローン返してお母さんと北海道に引っ越すんじゃなかったっけ？
ばあ様がどうしても生まれの北海道に帰りたいってなる最後のご奉公なんです。退職金はまあすすきので楽しむことにしますな。
Exactly.
所長は退職時特別賞金を見直すかもってさ。
Oh yeah, so it is a big thing for somebody to retire and get their bonus.
さすがインテリの若所長は言い出すことが模範的です。でもまあ私たちの給料が血税で支払われてることを思えばまあ時代の流れですかね。
僕も模範的なこととは思わないよ。でもまあ大石さんはそれだけの退職金をもらってもおかしくない活躍をしてきたからさ。僕としてはぜひもらってほしいんだよ。
もらえるもんならそりゃ欲しいですけどね。
Exactly.
もらえるよ。大石さんが大人なら。
Exactly.
運転手さん、引き止めてすみませんね。お願いします。
Also, this
参ったな。ローン返済できるかな。
also I remember how the first time I saw this, it scared the shit out of me. I didn't expect it to be such a close up. But what loan are you talking about? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save. Yeah, I'm going to save and then I'm going to switch games up. What's the weather doing right now? It looks like it's still going to rain until about noon today. And then it's supposed to be clear for the rest of the evening. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit you. And now let's first of all update you. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to switch over to WTC Love's Labor's Lost. There we go. Now this game was provided for free by the developer, and this game is definitely not safe for kids, in my personal opinion. So let's go. And now Grindel's like, "Are you okay?" Also, the music here is solid. Stun bolted him yourself? That's Taser, right? Also, this song kind of reminds me of, it kind of reminds me of that one song. I don't remember what it's called, but it kind of reminds me of, a song, I think, from Green Day. It's not When September Ends. It's another one that's a ballad. They don't have very many, but it sounds kind of like that. Let's quick save. Oh, here's a typo. It should be I damaged mine a while ago. I never found time to get it replaced and then just forgot all about it. Yeah, it should not say my. You're nice. I love how Mr. Jones is like, give a report by the end of the day. She doesn't actually want to report it. With great responsibility comes lots of paperwork. Wait, they're going to put my trolley? I love how he's happy to help. You say it doesn't happen often. Don't lie, girl. Don't lie. Oh, they're all supposed to be decent, yet they're all training to be villains. Okay. Okay, I like Mr. Jones. Oh, and now we have the mom. The Jinx dining area. Where's Dad? Yeah, where is Dad? Oh no, she looks sad. Does that mean that Grindel has quite a few statues? Oh no. Oh no, she is very spoiled. Oh my god. Call of Slashering, modern murderware. Yo, it's a COD reference. You're very lucky there. Hold on. I thought the mom had already talked to her about Eduardo. Let me see. Or was that her and the engineer lady? Alright, so here's a bit of feedback. I don't know if this is possible, but it might be good to have the ability to check the history by play session or route. Like maybe have a way to just read based on where you're at in the story, instead of having the entire history like this. I don't know if Rinpai allows that or not, but if this game is as big as I think it is, that might help, especially when somebody like me comes along and they question something that happened, and I stand corrected. It is not her asking about, like, she didn't ask, Grindel's mother didn't ask about, oh, she did. She did ask her about Eduardo Iraguru. Okay, I stand corrected. She did. I'm a little confused here. Yeah, right here, this is inconsistent. The mom asked her about Eduardo earlier, and now she's asking about him again, and Grindel's acting like she doesn't she didn't know that her mom knew about Eduardo. That's why I'm confused right there. That's right. I thought he might quite appropriate for you. I thought he might be quite appropriate for you is probably a better way to word that. Or here I would possibly, if a choice was made, I remember there was a choice that was made that let me forget to tell her about helping with Yana. I remember there was a choice made about that, about upgrading the systems. But anyways, maybe have a reference to that here somewhere. I know some people may not pick up on there being an inconsistency here, but I'm not some people. Anyways, besides that, let's get back to here. Also, I love how I noticed that she says servant here, but then she called him an underling before. Also, interesting. So she's pretty much repeating her lines here. Also, it was said by the teacher that his family were criminals, and I believe that they had said he died, or they had died. Like the teacher had said they had died, or Eduardo had said it prior whenever I chose to let him use my credentials. And now we have this lady again. And of course she's wearing what looks like a night dress of some type. Also, Grindel didn't say he had talked about his parents. She had said that he was lonely. He had said he was lonely, which doesn't mean that she had said anything about his parents. Grindel's mother was the one that had said it, so I'm not sure if this implies that her mom is being very manipulative right now, or just made an assumption and is telling her the assumption. I don't know. This may not be an issue. Oh, she's been aching the boss around for a while. Also, I love her grin right there. Protection fees. I love how angry she looks right there. He hasn't tried it on anyone yet. Oh no. It might be an idea to practice using it in one of the training areas. Oh. Wait, in the training area, does that mean that you can actually practice using your weapons on holographic assailants? Up to 2 now? Wait. Who's the second one? Oh no. Oh no, they gave her swirly before? Oh no. Really? Also, on a side note, I did talk to the developer. They did correct me in my previous stream of this game. So Grindel here is about 19 years old. She just doesn't look it to me. She's actually a lot older than she looks. But yeah, she's about 19, which means that the protagonist is around 18 or 19 according to UK drinking laws. Which means that Grindel probably does, or possibly does drink. I can imagine it now. I can imagine her going around on a tractor, just running over shit and destroying shit, as stated in the newspaper. I can imagine her just being drunk doing it and be like, woohoo! Sure. Okay, so right here, it would actually, personally, it would actually be kind of cool to have like a cricket sound or something, or have some kind of sound when the ... shows up, just to go with the comedy element, where Grindel was like, Monday, Grindel was playing a game, and then all of a sudden you hear a scream, and then you hear you died or something. It would be amazing to have that here, just to be a callback to that joke or that gag. Huh. At least we're getting to hear about their mission training. Oh, 75% of the amount to win? So, does that mean that if the girls are able to fully defend, the boys will fail? And if that happens, they might fail at the end of the end of term? That's fascinating. I just took a note down saying asking failure not an option. Oh hey, I missed something there. It's a team exercise. The simulations will notice anyone trying to go in alone and will punish the offender accordingly. So working together is a must? Okay, fair enough. What does that mean? Can people die? Oh no. Oh no. And now she's got the pouty face. And then all the girls are just like, Grendel doesn't, does she? Oh hey, we have our next choice. You know what? I'm actually going to say that I forgot to mention the thing just to go with what I said in my story the other day. Oh! Oh no. Although this might be inconsistent because earlier I had already chosen that chosen the option that when she was telling the story that she had charged him a fee to show him around the school and whatnot. And anyways, let's see what it says next, but this may be a little bit inconsistent with what I chose before. I don't know. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's definitely something that might need to be fixed. Hold on. How could you not expect that when you're already like you transferred from a school that is part of this evil organization, which probably has its own fees involved. What? What? $2 million? What? Wait. That's not having much. For my needs, the school support system. Also, by the way, since this... Oh wait, no, this is in America. My bad. I was gonna say, the main story, the main area that Grendel's in, the main region Grendel's in while she's telling the story is... she's around London in England. She's in what's probably a fictional town called Chichester. I forgot, this does take place in America, so the dollars make sense. I was gonna say, if it didn't, I would think it'd be pounds or some other kind of currency. Wait, you hope what? Wait. She didn't offer to beat the shit out of him for not asking? Like, not asking his question? What? She really is a good girl way back when. Also, Autumn's just like, you did what? Also, was Autumn around? Was she around when I chose to charge him a fee for showing him around the school? when that option came up. Was Autumn around? Because if she wasn't, that would be a little bit of an inconsistency right there. No, exactly, Cindy, exactly. Also, wait, hold on. I've got another question. I believe Cindy is supposed to be the daughter of somebody that was a higher up in the Council of the Unseen. If that's the case, then does that mean that Cindy... Now, this is probably something that's explained in the other parts of this story. If that's the case, developer, if you're watching this part, please, you don't have to explain that to me. I know you did answer some of my questions on my previous YouTube video. I'm just asking this question for general audiences, but in this case, does she know that her mom was actually a member of the secret organization? Because if she does, then she wouldn't ask about $2 million like this, or at least I assume she wouldn't. Now, mind you guys, for anybody that wasn't here for the first part of this playthrough, I did not go through the introduction that was related to the previous parts of this work, the first two novels. I didn't go through that, so it's very possible it may have explained my answers there, or the answers to my question there. I don't know, but I'm going into this under the assumption that I'm probably going to, or the presumption I'm going to go back to the previous novels and play through them, since I'm having a good time with this one. Oh, hey. Grindel just... Hold on. She just answered my question. Although she didn't tell Cindy that. Oh no, she hasn't. Cindy, do you have a crush on the female protagonist? Oh, hey. I think Grindel just lied. Or maybe we lied. After practice session. Also, hold on. Let me check something. Let me see where Mr. Jones started talking. Hey, so I see a spelling inconsistency there. Let me make sure this is let me make sure that both of them are correct. Okay, so I'm looking at the Cambridge Dictionary right now. Or no, I'm looking at Grammarly. Sorry. Practice or practice with a C or an S. Which spelling is right? Practice with a C or practice with an S. Which spelling is correct? In American English, practice is always right with a C. In British English, it doesn't matter depending on the role in the sentence. So, this is supposed to take place in America, and Mr. Jones is teaching an American class, so I would go through and change this practice to practice with a C, since it showed up here with a C, just to keep it consistent and to also make sure that it is actually correct in terms of American English. That was something that as somebody who grew up and went to a public school system here in Texas, up by Dallas, I remember that they taught us that pretty early on, and they harped on us about that. That was something that if you misspelled practice that way, they would actually take off points. But yeah, I've noticed that practice keeps going back and forth between C and S here. I would go ahead and stick to just C, just to be consistent with American English for this particular section. Oh no, Thaddeus is about to pummel her. I'll make sure that you'll... Huh? My legs. Oh, that joke is funny. Oh no, Mr. Jones. Nice. Also, with Thaddeus falling, I think you should probably have a let me make sure there's no sound effect there. I think you should have a sound effect there. Just be like, it's just like when he falls, just have him go, "Oh, bug. I just found a bug." If you scroll back here, Thaddeus stays on the screen. Okay, so note here. This is at the 2 hour and 25 minute mark. All right, so the way I was able to get this to happen was I just used my my scroll on my mouse, my scroll wheel, and scrolled up to just check his dialogue and check to make sure there was no sound effect there, because I've noticed that if you scroll up at previous points when there's a sound effect, it will replay, but there was no sound effect. I think there should be one where it's just like, woo! Or you hear like, woo! You hear the goofy sound or something. Whatever you can use that is copyright safe, that won't get you in trouble. I think it would actually be kind of cool to have a sound effect there. Now, it doesn't need to be anything too crazy. I don't think the goofy sound effect would be quite appropriate for this, but have where he's just like, and then have a thud. Or have where it's like, and his body falls backwards. Or he goes down, and the model just goes, slides off screen while he's falling down, just to imply that he fell over. Oh, hey. Wait, he's outside the classroom? Yeah, I'm guessing he's outside the classroom right now. It's not going to show. Oh, yeah, it is. It just says after practice session right there. Oh, no! Oh, no! Yo! Thaddeus and Mr. Jones are now both stuck on the screen. This is an even further bug. Oh, you're not feeling too great? It'll pass. An edifying spectacle if I saw one. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, this is after practice. That means that they had just finished all their training, and we're at the end of the training session instead of after class, or after instead of being on the way to go train. Got it. I'm a little confused here. This is me being dumb though. But that makes sense here. Me, I won the competition. That would explain why they're outside the classroom. Or they're outside the... They may not be outside the classroom. They may be outside the training area. I don't know. I'm not sure how far the training area is from the classroom. Oh no, is Mr. Jones disappointed that she got top marks? Oh no. Oh no. She beat the shit out of them, didn't she? Oh, and hey, typo here. There should be possibly an apostrophe there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there should be an apostrophe at the end. Since this is stating that he needs the permission that they own. If that makes sense. It'll take place in a few states over? Wait, what state is this in? I don't remember. Is this in New York? I think this was in New York. I'm not sure, but depending on what state it's in, I'd like to know how they're going to travel and how long it would take. Because it could take several days or several hours to get to another state depending on where they're going. And if it's a few states, and if it's New York, that could take quite a while. Regardless, New York is pretty big. I mean, it's not super big, but it is bigger than some states that are around it. Now, mind you guys, this developer is out of the UK. So, a mistake like that would possibly make a lot of sense just because of that. Like, most people probably wouldn't notice that unless they're from the States and they've traveled a bit. I haven't traveled a massive amount, but I have traveled some. And anyways, again, back to it, depending on how they are going to travel, that could affect how much time it would take to get from point A to point B. How far? How far does she live from her house? Live from the school, I mean. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if her apartment is actually in the same building. That would be amusing. Also, a 5-course meal. How fast does she eat? Because a 5-course meal, for me, if I were to eat something like that, it would take me well over an hour to get through that. Wait, hold on. Wasn't she supposed to meet with him during lunch break? And then she agreed to it? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, perhaps during the lunch break. Hey. So, she went back on her word there. If that's intentional, does that mean she's a bit of an airhead at this point? Or she's already kind of a psycho in the making? I don't know. Of course, he might be disappointed because of that. Huh. I'm not sure how I would fix that. If it needs to be fixed. Oh hey, animated background. Now it's purple. The question mark is purple. Does that mean Mr. Jones is cooking something? Who are these question mark people? Also, I love the music here. It is very, very spy thriller-esque. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure what sort of food you like. I was hoping you could help there. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, you could have them assassinated. Munchy Munch tea rooms? What? Is this a date? Okay, I'm starting to get the impression that all of the restaurants and places in this game are just taking the piss out of the reader. It's pretty swish. Oh, hey, she's cute. What kind of armbands does she have? Or are those armbands? Oh, hey! We get to see everything. Oh, and she has, I'm not sure if that's an earring or if... I'm not sure if that's an earring or if that's a tie, for a hair tie in the back. I'm not sure. But also, I've never seen a curve like that before on an anime neck. I mean, it makes sense. That's actually, like, there would be a little bit of a curvature right there on a real neck. Especially if her head's turned. I like that. I just have never noticed that before. Also, with the way this her hand's set up right here, first of all, her thumbs look slightly off, but it also looks like she has 5 fingers on one hand with the way this is set up. Kind of like those AI anime characters that you see on Twitter. But yeah, I know there's I know the hands are right, but I love how that's laid out. Also, I love her maid outfit there. Was it a maid outfit? Or is it a... Yo, she has a corset on. Oh, it's a two-piece. She has a blouse top, and then she has a corset with a bib and a skirt. Okay. That's fascinating. The derpy face. The derpy face. Oh no. Oh no. She set her down and then she just only remembered that she banned her. Okay. Window minx, what? Oh, you even changed her name there. no, she's a dumb blonde bimbo stereotype. What? Oh, well, she's falling for it. Oh, I get to choose. I get to choose this. This establishment. Okay. Oh, fudge it. Let's go. I like that one. Wait, that's because it's British. That's where I'm from, Britain. Where all the British tend to be, in Britain. Oh, you actually get to choose what the waitress says now. Oh no. And he's just like, yo. I can prove that you're Grendel. Let's go. Perfectly perfect peachy parfait. Oh, that actually sounds good. I don't like peaches that much, but that one does sound good. He flubbed it there. Hot crushed hazelnuts, sprinkles, and with cream and vanilla sauce poured on top. She set a trap. Oh no. Oh no, this is straight up a trap. I don't think either one of these are going to allow me to get by her. So let's go for the insane one. How are you going to get out of this? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, you are at fault, girl. What do you mean revenge? Yo, what? Perish the thought. Yeah, what did you do afterwards? Oh no, she stole something. Oh, is the restaurant in there? No. Oh. Hey. So, her apartment is in the Council of the Unseen's headquarters. Now, I'm not sure if the school is in that. What did you get? $600? Wait, she stole $600 from the restaurant they were at? His expression. Oh no, Dr. Not Nice. Oh no. Oh no, he's a little boy with a crush. How long have they known each other? For a couple of days? Question mark. Also, I just noticed something a bit off here. So, do you guys see the problem with these with this hallway right here? There's no 525 and 526. It skips from 523 to 527. Oh, there we go. Mr. Nibbles, you're gonna have a nice clean mansion. I love how she's just singing that. Oh, and he's like, Grindle. Oh no. He just straight up did it. What? Oh, and this is a few days later, by the way. This is not the same day. That makes sense. Making paper mache hats. Let me check the spelling there. I've never seen it spelled like that. Oh. That's the proper way to spell it. Huh. Okay. No issue there. Paper mache. I've always seen it without the I, which is probably a mistake on the American English part of everything. Wait. What? You know what? I want to hear the plan. It's a military ballad. It's like, oh, okay. This right here is the ants go marching on. This also might get my YouTube stream muted here. Okay. Wait. Does that mean that people have gotten lost? I think it should be I'll hand you over to Grendel. Peeps. "99 clones of Grendel on the wall. 99 clones of Grendel. You take one down and kick it around. 98 clones of Grendel on the wall." Oh my. That joke is amazing. Yo, she actually can do a good speech. Okay. Oh, of course you would enjoy it. Oh no, Thaddeus. Of course Autumn would want to know. Wait, who is Bruce? Arc Commercial Bank? Oh, and hey. Actually, no. You know what? 2100 hours or 2100 would fit with a military briefing permission. I was gonna say, because this is America, typically it would be 9 o'clock p.m. here. But it does make sense with what's going on right now, especially with that music going on in the background. Wait, 31 floors? Below, 31 floors below the ground? What? Suitable lorry to carry all our goodies? Now, because this is America, I don't think lorry is considered a traditional word here. Oh yeah. So we don't call them lorries here in the US. Yeah, we typically just call them a pickup truck or a freightliner. Yeah, or just a truck. We just call it a truck. Now, if there is no trailer on it, but it has a bed for bed and somewhere where you can hook a trailer up, it's typically called a tractor. But yeah, typically we'd call it a freightliner or just a straight truck and not a lorry. Ah, so they're going by helicopter. Oh, hey, we finally get her name. Her name is Hadase Kantu. Wait, what? Hadase Kantu, but we don't have her name yet. Does that mean that we'll slowly get the rest of their names? He'll open fire on children? The coup de grace. To taste him. Don't kill him. Oh no, she is not stiffing him. You know what? I don't remember the slang term for it. But she's basically just going to rough him up and steal all his shit. Wait. Grindel's last servant died? What? Let's roll out. Okay, this background might need to be changed because they're not in the military area that they were in before. Wait, what do you mean by employees that are successfully integrated into the council? Okay, that's weird. Did you hear her say what? Okay, this is earlier in the day. Huh, so the mom is cool with her class going in and taking it over. But the thing is, if they've thwarted all of the council's attempts, what makes the council think, what makes the council believe that these students could succeed? Oh, really? Really? Wait, the maid came up with it? Oh, the computer did. Pardon me, guys. Sorry about that, guys. My nose was running. Also, the music here is really good. I like how tension filled it is. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. I'm gonna steal all your goddamn money. Oh no. Is she going to save him? Okay, so there's a cut there. I'm assuming that there's supposed to be a brief scene there where it's just like I don't know, you hear something going on, or it has a cut where it's just like moments later or something. Is that Grindel? Oh yeah, that's Grindel. I'm assuming that it's black here because there's no scene there right now, and that will be added later. But anyways, yeah, I'm pretty sure the color of the name earlier with the question marks, with the purple question marks, I'm pretty sure that was Mr. Jones. Just because of this right here. Luck won't be on your side. And now we have another fight scene. And she's also much taller than him. Also, what is that in the background? Hold on. Hold on, that was a placeholder image in the background. Oh, and you can actually restart the cutscene by just scrolling up. Nice. But yeah, hold on. What is that? Is that polar bear? Yeah, that's straight up a polar bear right there. Wait, valuable source of income? What? What is the fairy octopus? Hold on. I saw a tweet on the dev's account that showed a fairy octopus. Let me just go ahead and pull that back up just to confirm what I'm seeing. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, the fairy octopus It's a baby Yoda. It looks like a baby Yoda head with an octopus, but oh god. I'm assuming the fairy octopus is... I'm assuming the fairy octopus is her sex drive. I could be wrong though. Wait, her ears haven't gone furry or purple? Hold on. Okay, I'm actually looking this up. Is this not a weird thing that I've never heard of? Wait. What? What the hell? There is a fandom for this. This is a... What? This is straight up a thing? What? Okay, so... Mind blown. I thought that was just a joke in this game, but no, it's an external thing. I may have to link. I have to link that. You know what? I probably will. Let me see if I can find out on fandom. What the hell is Flight Rising? Oh! It looks like Fairy Octopus came from that. Flight Rising is a social web-based activity site featuring dragon breeding, adventuring combat, and collecting. Let me see when that came out. Oh yeah, 2013 to 2023. I have never heard of this game. It's a web-based game that's been around for 10 years. Oh my. I never actually got into that side of the internet outside of doing like Adventure Quest or playing like RuneScape way back when, or Minecraft when I became an adult. I would have kicked off the roof if anything had happened. Wait, she would have kicked him off the roof? Oh no, they're just gonna leave him. Oh, you'll put him down in, I guess, the janitor's closet? Okay, she'll make sure he gets something. When she says that, does she mean a knuckle sandwich, or will she actually provide him with money? Skeleton key? Okay. I mean, a skeleton key is a real thing, but I don't normally hear kids or normal people around here talk about them. Oh, presumably he's still alive? Oh, hey. Oh, there's the guy with the gun. Open fire? What? If you hadn't have gone after your two-legged pet, then... Wait, they're going to attack children, and also typically I would not think that a military force would use okie dokie. Let's go. Alright, so she hasn't been paying attention to the boys. The Phoenix Custodians. Who are they? Either we missed something, someone managed to sneak out a message, or they were already here. Huh. That doesn't flow quite right. Appetizing, okay. What are you, Urk? Okay. Instead of going the end of the corridor, though, Will. I think you're missing a 2 right there. Instead of going to the end of the corridor, though, Will climb through the left-hand window, along the roof, and down the stairs on the opposite side to where we are now. Okay, I find it amusing that they weren't paying attention to her. I wonder if maybe the reason she works so well solo is because nobody pays attention to her. Take the corridor on the left, take the stairs on the right. Let's go right. Oh, I love that. There's so much damage here, it's not even funny. Hadasa anywhere? Wait, why did answering the phone call trigger here? That's a possible bug. I think the phone call should have I think the path for that should have triggered earlier because we answered his phone call. Also typo right here, some of the prisoners started to get a rebellious. It should be a bit rebellious. You lost 3? Did they die? Oh no. So, 5 died. And I'm assuming that she's talking about the body parts being scattered everywhere on the 15th floor, or they killed a bunch of security guards. Not sure. Oh, get all the bodies collected. It's the more unfortunate part now. It should say unfortunate, not unfortunately. Here it should say, plus I could do with help in the search for our missing classmates. Oh no. Oh no. Let's go for the I'd love to help. Yeah, it's just straight up. It's a pun. It's a pun and it's a play on what he said earlier. And that path trigger might be slightly off there too. I'm not sure. I need the toilet. Oh no. I'm checking the weather right now real fast. Alright, it's saying right now that it's supposed to rain for the next 2 hours. I'm still going to stop this around around 12:30ish my time. That means you know what? No, I'll stop around noon. That will be in about 15 minutes. I think we're coming up on a good spot to stop. Okay, so Hadasa is a moron. Oh, and there we go. There's the three of them. Yep. Now, if you use the stun bolter, then you have to carry them out. So that might be a problem. Yeah, the logic here is a little bit flaky. And if he stuns one of them, the other two could attack him. Just saying, there's 3 of them versus 1. A trio of girls get lost. Until the end of the midterm break. Oh, this is later, and this is inside of a what looks like some kind of prison cell. Now I love the force field here. Criminal mastermind. Autographs later. The fact that she's telling them means that they could actually have her arrested, right? Fair enough. Backwater? Oh no. Untapped desire. We are at a new chapter. I'm assuming this is scene 2. Oh no. Oh no. Are you going to leave some flowers? Oh, he left a bunch of flowers. Oh, and hey, name is now back to Pupil 1 and not Hadase or Hadasa. So is Hadasa a different girl or is it the same girl? Because it's the same model. Or same sprite, I mean. And she was friendly with these two girls. You'll see. What the hell? Oh no. Not exactly. Yo! Grindel and Eduardo sitting on a desk with Eduardo's hands on her. Have these back. I'm not interested. Oh no. Okay, I'm actually glad that there was no choice made here. I mean, you could have added a choice of what he left on the desk, but this is perfect. This is comic gold right here. Wait up. Say nothing. Wait up. What? What happened after your bank raid? Oh, you're morbidly fascinated by it? Oh yeah, she's been hanging around her way too long. Oh, Oh, you can never spend too much time with me? Okay, so pupil 1's name is now Hadasa again. Oh, these three are the three idiots in the class, and they just lost a bunch of money. And detention. Yep, there were 5 classmates dead. Actually, wait, how many classmates died? I would love to see a total count of how many deaths there were. Just have it like posted on the chalkboard. Just be like, just have where it just shows like deaths, like right off here or something, or off here. Make it very small though. Make it just something that you barely notice. Just to not really mess with people, but just to add a little bit of flavor or a little bit of information for people that are curious. Our propaganda department will be making sure there are no awkward questions. Questions? What? Propaganda department. Training area A. Is she going to give money? Is she going to give him money? Those flowers, he was actually torn up about that. The emergency takeover of our commercial bank by United Financial Holdings? Also, is this TV presenter a woman or a man, or does it even matter? Oh, that's funny. Well, it can't be helped. Re-educated and trained up according to their abilities. Everyone else? Oh no. Oh no, are you going to have them killed? Don't tell me, the mommy. Okay, so she's dressed in a nightgown and or what looks like a nightgown, and she's actually she looks kind of like the mommy from the mommy girl from Pretty Girls Escape Plus. Okay, so that's another game that I played recently that had a similar art style, but it's a puzzle game, and it's very it's questionably safe to play. But anyways, she looks kind of like the mommy type that's in it. Also that transition. Oh. Said it's been destroyed. The council is gone. Oh no. Oh no. Alright guys, it is 12 o'clock my time. I'm going to just do a full-on hard save right there. And I will catch you guys later. Stella.
Awaiting orders.
6-9.
See you soon.
Thank you.